What sort of a guy is he?
Oh wow, Dastan. He's a fun-loving guy. He loves to he loves to get himself into a little bit too much danger, I think, and he has a good time doing it. Just on the edge of, doing things that are maybe a little inappropriate in terms of fights and battles and things like that. And he's a fighter, not really a lover. He finds his lover later on in the story.
Now, what about his origin? He's not born to the palace, is he? What is their origins?
No. Dastan starts off, he's an orphan, and he's found on the streets by the king because he does an act of goodwill for another orphan on the streets, and the king sees it, and he brings him into the palace, and because of this act, he sees that he has a good heart, and he makes him into a sort of honorary prince when he's a young boy. And then you meet him later on, he's grown up, and he's become a warrior of sorts, a warrior with wit. And he finds this dagger in the middle of a battle, and he doesn't know what it is, so he puts it in his belt, and so begins the journey of the Prince of Persia, because he has no idea the power of this dagger, but many other people do, and so they start to chase him, and he doesn't understand why. And he then discovers that it's a dagger that turns back time, and he has to defend it, and it's his destiny.
And who does he have to defend this from?
Wow, pretty much everyone in the movie. He has to defend it at the beginning from Princess Tamina. He has to defend it from, I don't think I should give too many things away, but he defends it from a lot of different people who want the dagger for very specific reasons of their own, bad reasons. Tamina eventually wants it for good reasons. She's the protector of the dagger, and she's supposed to return it to the place that it's always meant to be.
Now, how do Dastan and Tamina hit it off?
Not very well. It's sort of a rocky start. I think she just follows him while he's being chased because she wants the dagger, and he assumes that she wants him, like any prince would, I think. And he's mistaken. And so they both get off on a rocky start, but it's tit for tat, and they're pretty much equals from the beginning, and I think you can guess what happens after that.
Now, it's a pretty physical role. How did you train for it?
Well, first I grew the long hair, which is a long, arduous, painful process. Growing long hair requires patience, the ability to withstand great pain. No, I grew very long hair, and then we developed a training regimen of shampooing and conditioning. So I would, not a 2-in-1, because many people make that mistake, and they don't get the type of definition that they need to get. First they shampoo, and the shampooing really works the triceps. And then the conditioning really, if you rub vigorously, it works the triceps as well. Biceps and tricep work, and then in the shower, and then at least 3 to 4 times a day. And then, really rubbing profusely and vigorously with a bar of soap develops pectoral muscles and also the abs. The legs were just, normally, squatting in and out of a bathtub, taking a bath, coming out, taking a bath, coming. It was a long, we call it the Prince of Persia bath technique.
Tell us about parkour.
Oh, good luck with that one too. Parkour. Parkour is the skill of being able to run from point A to point B using anything in your environment that you can. It's basically informally called street running, and it was developed by a man named David Bell in Paris, and it's really acrobatics. And Dastan uses this skill to, it's his primary form of getting away. As a kid, he would get away and get out of trouble. And then as he grew up and grew older, when he was in battle, it would be his way of defending himself.
What set you up in childhood to become an actor?
Oh, wow. Probably I just enjoyed watching, I loved watching films, and I always thought, oh, wow, what if I could do that? In fact, this movie is really the basis of that. I loved watching Indiana Jones. I loved watching The Goonies. I loved watching all of those types of films that this movie is like, and I was just inspired to try and be like those characters in a way, and I think that made me want to start acting.
And how important to you is the recognition of your peers? like the nomination?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, do you mean an Academy Award nomination?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, to be recognized in any form by your peers or by people who, whether it's the Screen Actors Guild, who are like specifically my peers, or whether it's people in the movie business like the Academy Awards, it's or the BAFTAs or any, it's like it's the greatest honor you can get from people who know what it's like to make a movie. The people who know, audiences don't always have the subtitle. Well, this happened today on set, and this person, fell over from exhaustion, and so that's why this scene isn't good, But I think people know that it is difficult to pull something off, a performance, a good movie. It's a puzzle that doesn't always fit together, and when it does, and to be recognized for it is a great honor.
Did you do your own stunts?
That's a question of relativity there. I mean, I did as many as I could, and I didn't ever turn a stunt down. I always, in fact, encouraged the stuntman and asked him if I could do more, And in fact, as we went on in the process, I did start doing a lot more than I began doing. I proved myself, and they let me. I did a majority of them, yes. Yeah.